So good morning, everyone. Yeah. So yesterday actually dropped a signal on last 100 and it hit our stop loss really fast. So to cover that today, I'll be dropping like about three uh, chart analysis for you guys. So if any of them plays out, I'm sure it will cover the loss we took on last 100 yesterday. So today I'll be dropping like three chart analysis. Yeah. So let's just get right into it. So I'll probably start from the monthly time frame. And as you all know, I have I have a monthly upper zone here, my monthly midway zone and my monthly lower zone. My monthly upper zone here, monthly midway zone and my monthly lower zone. So on the monthly time frame, what are we seeing? We are seeing an uptrend. We are seeing an uptrend. Why are we seeing an uptrend? After price broke the monthly low over here, it should just creating a new lower low. After price broke this monthly low, the monthly low, creating a new lower low, it should just come for a retest over here, then the continuation pattern forms, like it has formed a lower low, a lower low, a lower high, then a new lower low. But when price got here, such uh, the selling pressure, the buying pressure, the buyers were stronger than the sellers, so the buyers were able to push price all the way here, all the way here. And when it got there, it saw selling pressure, then it dropped, touching the previous monthly low. So after touching that, now it's it's now making all this zone a fake out. It's now making all this zone a fake out because price just tapped there once, which might probably be manipulation or shit like that. But since we haven't come to a conclusion yet, we just consider this zone as a fake out. So if price is able to come and touch this zone again, then it now becomes a zone of consideration which you can make use of. But since price hasn't touched there yet, you can't make use of it. So yeah. So over here you see price was after touching the monthly midway zone, it was able to see selling pressure drop all the way to the monthly low, then back to the monthly midway zone again and drop a little, then saw buying pressure and broke above the monthly midway zone. So we thought price has been able to break above the previous higher high. So what are we seeing? A new higher high and a new higher low. But after price got to the lower low, the buy we weren't able to see enough buying pressure, so it was able to push price all the way to the monthly low again, all the way to the monthly low again. And after touching the monthly low, we've seen buying pressure, and now price is moving upwards. So the question we have to ask ourselves is, where will the buying pressure end? Where will buyers stop buying and sellers will take over? That is what you should be asking ourselves. But since we don't know yet, and you see that the market is buying, you should just be looking for buying opportunity whilst we are trying to figure out where the when the buying pressure will stop and when sellers will take over. So right now we are currently in a buying market. So in a buying market or an uptrend, what do we look for? We look for buying opportunities. And before we move on to the next time frame, take a look. Last month's candle closed strong bullish, forming a bullish engulfing at the monthly demand zone and the monthly demand zone. So with this bullish engulfing, there's a high possibility of price moving upwards and touching the previous monthly high. There's a high possibility. It's just not, it's no more a 50-50 chance, but now it's like a 70-30 chance of price touching the monthly high. But we can't really tell. We just have to wait and see what the market does. So with that being said, let's move on to the lower time frames and pick an entry, since we know we are in a buying market on GBPUSD. Okay, so let's go all the way to the weekly time frame. Yeah, so here on the weekly time frame, have my weekly upper zone and my weekly lower zone, my weekly upper zone and my weekly lower zone. And on the weekly time frame, I'm seeing the same pattern I'm seeing on the I saw on the monthly. Price is in an uptrend. Price is still in an uptrend, breaking lower highs and lower lows. So you could see here we're in a lower low, lower high, and a lower low, then a lower high, then a drop, creating a lower low, then boom, it broke the previous lower high, breaking the second previous lower high, and its price is still in an uptrend moving, and we are yet to see a pullback because the buying pressure is very strong. So we are yet to see a pullback. We are yet to see a pullback. We are yet to see a pullback. So current where prices are currently, the it's like about 80% chance of price going to touch the weekly upper zone. That's like 80% chance. So that's a very high probability that GPUSD will touch the weekly upper zone or the weekly supply zone. So since we have seen that, we should be looking for buying opportunity and all the way to the weekly supply zone. So on the weekly time frame, I can also see a morning star at the supply zone, the monthly supply zone. The bullish engulfing we saw on the monthly time frame is just these candles, and in between that you can also see a morning star, which is a reversal candlestick with the reversal candlestick pattern. So after morning star, you should be expecting high buying pressure, and that's the same shit we are seeing here. So yeah, let's go all the way to the daily time frame, and then we will go to the 4-hour and pick an entry on GBPUSD. Let's go. Okay, so here on GBPUSD, I have my daily higher zone here, my daily higher zone. So on GBPUSD, I can see a very nice pattern, a very nice pattern, a very nice pattern, a very nice pattern, a very nice pattern. So on GBPUSD, this is what I'm seeing. I'm seeing a higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. How do you expect a new higher high, a new higher high, a new higher high? And if you can watch here, that was I think Tuesday, no Monday and Friday's candle. There's a bullish engulfing formation over here, which only tells us that there's a very strong buying opportunity over here at the monthly zone. So we price should be ready to move all the way to the weekly. Price should be ready to move all the way to the weekly supply zone. So that's all on the daily time frame. So let's go to the 4 hour and pick an entry. Yeah, so here we are on the 4 hour. So on the 4 hour, you could see price was in a consolidation zone, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, sorry, equal high, higher low, equal high again, then equal low, and it broke above it, came for a retest, broke again, came for another retest, broke, came for a retest and broke again. Now it's dropping. You don't know when it will end before going up again. So if you watch this structure at all, you could see that price is just moving upwards. It's not breaking any lower low, it's just moving upwards. So you're probably in an uptrend. You are definitely in an uptrend. So this is it on GBPUSD, and this is what I'm seeing. So price dropped to touch this zone. Price dropped to touch this zone over here. So this was the previous high and the breakout. Then I could call this a retest. So I'm actually just going to buy GBPUSD from here. This will actually be the first trade. Let's make the stop loss 100 pips. Okay, so this will be the first signal on today's analysis, because we took an L yesterday. So we are going to the monthly. You hold all the way to the monthly supply zone. So this is the signal on GBPUSD. If you are watching the setup, this video right now, I just tell you to enter the moment you are watching this video. 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 Just enter the moment you are watching this video and manage your risks very, very well. It's a good risk management plan. No matter how many losses you take, you can never blow your account. with a good risk management plan, no matter how many losses you take, you can never blow your account. You might blow your account, but if you have enough capital for you to trade with a good risk management plan, I'm sure you survive in the long term. Don't always be looking for quick profits just to make an ends meet or shit like that, because it never works. It never works. Think of long term. Think of long term, and if you think of long term, it's really gonna help you. It's really gonna help you. So yeah, this is the trade on GBPUSD. So what I want you to do right now is you can just pause this video, check out my bio. You see a link that will take you to my free community on Telegram, where I will drop this signal for free. I'll paste this signal for free, and any other signal that I'll get, I drop signals there daily for free. I might drop one or more than one, but I drop signal there daily for free. So you can just pause this video right now, check out the link in my bio, click on it, it will take you to Telegram, then you join the free signal group, which which I'll, I'll be dropping this same GBPUSD setup today. So if you are watching the video today, you can just check out the link in my bio, click on it, and you get access to this signal in my Telegram channel, and many more signal yet to drop, Okay, so I myself am in. I've entered my position, so I believe you all should be done entering your position. So let's move on to the next pair on my list. The next pair on my list. The next pair, yeah. The next pair on my list. Yeah, so the next pair on my list is EURJPY. 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 The first pair on my list is EURJPY. So why EURJPY, or what is EURJPY doing that we have to analyze it? Currently, EURJPY is in an uptrend. EURJPY is very bullish. It has been bullish for a very long time, from 2020, all the way to 2025. EURJPY is still bullish from 2020 all the way to 2025. That's about 5 years, and EURJPY is still bullish. But I'm very sure before this year will end, there will be a new higher high on this particular pair. I'm very sure it will create a new higher high. So with that being said, since you already know EURJPY is in an uptrend or is bullish, what do we look for? We look for buying opportunities. So before that, on EURJPY, this is my higher zone, my monthly higher zone, my monthly midway zone, my monthly midway zone, and my monthly lower zone, my monthly upper zone, monthly midway zone, and monthly lower zone. So now that you know price is in an uptrend, what do we look for? We go on to the lower time frames and look for buying opportunities. And one more thing about on EURJPY is, after the uptrend touching the previous high, it dropped. Sorry, after the push like this, it went to create after this high, it dropped, creating a demand here, went all the way, touching the monthly high and dropping all the way to the previously created demand zone. And after that, you will see the buying pressure it's getting from there all the way up, all the way up. So let's go to the lower time frames and look for buying opportunities on EURJPY. So let's go to the weekly time frame. Yeah. So on the weekly time frame, I have my weekly upper zone and my weekly upper zone and my weekly lower zone, my weekly upper zone and my weekly lower zone on Euro JPY, on Euro JPY. So and also on Euro JPY, price is in an uptrend. Price is in an uptrend. You could see price is currently at the weekly lower zone, the resistance of the weekly on the weekly time frame. It's at a resistance. So our question is, will price be able to break out of that resistance or not? Because anytime price touches that resistance, it sees selling pressure and drops all the way down. So our question is, will price be able to sell again after touching the weekly resistance that has a very strong selling pressure? Our question is unanswered. Will it touch or break out? That is the question we should be asking ourselves. Will it touch or break out? Will it touch or break out? Will it touch or break out? So since we don't know that yet, let's go all the way to the daily time frame and figure out where the direction of EURJPY is headed to. Is it going to break the weekly resistance zone or respect the weekly resistance and drop? Is it gonna break or drop? You can't really tell from here. So let's go to the daily time frame. Let's go to the daily time frame. So on the day, sorry, I forgot to show you guys this. On the weekly time frame, you could see a very nice you could see you could see a very nice morning star, a very nice morning star, a very nice morning star at the demand zone on the monthly time frame, the monthly demand zone. There's a very nice morning star forming on the weekly time frame. After then, you could see the strong buying pressure followed by it. So the unanswered question is, will price break the resistance or not? Let's go to the daily time frame and find out. So price has broken the daily resistance zone. So previously a zone, higher high, higher low, higher equal high, equal low, then another equal high. It dropped, it was consolidating, then it broke above it, then came for a retest and boom, touching the weekly resistance. So our question still is, will price break the resistance or not? Will price break the resistance or not? So we go to the 4 hour. On the 4 hour time frame, this is what we are seeing. So after price breaking and touching the weekly zone, price hasn't come for a retest yet, and price is on at the weekly resistance, and we don't know whether it will break or not. So this will be a safest entry to take. We wait for price to drop and touch this 4 hour breakout zone, breaks out of the weekly resistance, drops for a pullback or a retest at the weekly resistance, then we pick our entry from here all the way up to the monthly resistance. So our entry will come only after the breakout of the weekly zone, only after the breakout of the weekly zone. If we don't see a breakout of the weekly zone, we will still wait and wait and wait and wait and wait until we see the breakout. So this is my this is how my setup will be on EURJPY from the 4 hour time frame. This is how my entry will be. So we just wait for price to drop, touching the weekly weekly breakout zone. Then after that, you see buying pressure breaking out of the weekly resistance, coming back for a retest. Then you look for a buying opportunities and buy all the way to the monthly high, all the way to the monthly high. So since we've done two setups, I said I'll drop three. So let's just look at the third one and be done with it. So we've done GBPUSD and EURJPY. Our third one is NZDCHF, and I could see a very nice setup cooking on NZDCHF. Very nice setup cooking on NZDCHF. So on the monthly time frame, I have here my monthly resistance, my monthly resistance and my monthly demand, my monthly upper zone, my monthly lower zone, my monthly upper zone and my monthly lower zone, my monthly upper zone and my monthly lower zone, my monthly upper zone and my monthly lower zone. And if you watch closely, price has been able to break out of the monthly lower zone, and the retest to the monthly lower zone hasn't happened yet. So we should be expecting a retest anytime soon from this zone touching the monthly upper zone. So the sooner it comes, the better. But what we are also seeing is price has broken out of the monthly resistance zone. So it has to create a new price has broken out of the monthly demand zone. So it has to create a new demand zone to see or to be able to grab buying pressure and move all the way up to touch the or to complete the retest at the previous monthly breakout zone, which is this zone we are currently seeing here. So something like this, then a drop. Something like this, then a drop. So now that you know that we are expecting, sorry, now that we know we are expecting buying pressure on NZDCHF to touch the monthly supply zone, we should be looking for buying pressure. But take note, that is not the direction of the market, but there is a possibility of a retest happen. So while the retest is about to happen, we can also take advantage of it since it's not happening at the lower time frame but from the monthly time frame. So let's go all the way to the weekly time frame and figure out how we are going to do that. Yeah, so on the weekly time frame, I have my weekly upper zone, my weekly midway zone, and my weekly lower zone. My weekly upper zone, my weekly midway zone, and my weekly lower zone. So, like I said on the monthly time frame, price needs to create a new demand zone to see buying pressure all the way to the monthly upper monthly breakout zone. And I could see that price has already created a demand zone, and this would might answer it. Is our first touch going for a higher high, dropping, creating an equal low, which says that's our second touch. And after a second touch, you already know this is a demand zone. Price went up a bit, then dropped for the third touch, touching the weekly demand zone. And after the weekly demand zone, you could see a bullish engulfing forming here. So if you see that bullish engulfing, you should be expecting buying opportunities all the way up. 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 So let's go to the daily time frame and then you go back to the 4 hour and pick our entry from there. So over to the daily time frame. So on the daily time frame, I could see a breakout from here. The previous daily resistance, price broke out of it, and I'm seeing something like a retest happening right now, but you can't really see it. So you go to the lower time frame and figure it out. So on the daily time frame, I have my daily upper zone here, my daily upper zone, my daily upper zone. So with the daily upper zone, price at on the daily time frame, price is in an uptrend. Price is in an uptrend. So ensure you get opportunities to look for buys touching all the way to the monthly resistance zone. So on the daily time frame, there is not much to say. So let's go to the 4 hour and look for an entry. So on the 4 hour, this is our breakout zone like we saw on the daily time frame. And price has completed the pattern. See, a higher high or a breakout, then a higher low. So what you are waiting for on NZDCHF is a candlestick confirmation. The only thing we are waiting for right now is a bullish candlestick confirmation. A bullish candlestick confirmation. And the candlestick confirmation can be a bullish involving a morning star, a significant spin bar or a hammer, a bullish inside bar, and a bullish inside bar. So if you see any of these patterns forming at this demand zone, then we take the buy all the way. You can exit at the weekly resistance and look for new entries. But NZDCHF is ready cooked. NZDCHF is ready cooked. So all you should just be waiting for is a candle confirmation, then we buy NZDCHF. So like I promised yesterday, I'll drop the NAS 100 signal, and I actually dropped it on my TikTok account. You could go check it out before it hits stop loss. So today too, if this NZDCHF could I see the candle confirmation, then I'll probably drop it on my TikTok account and you can go check it out. And one thing too is the only thing that will make this setup invalid is if we don't get the candle confirmation we want. If we don't get the candle confirmations we want. If we don't get the candle confirmations we want. So without any candle confirmation, we can't buy or we can't take a trade. So we have to wait for the candle confirmation and take our entry. So whilst we wait, you can do other stuff which you have to do, like journaling, reading, any other stuff, or even watching my recorded videos, and you could learn from it. So yeah, this will be our third trade setup for today. I said I'll drop three, and this is the third one. I always want to deliver, so this is the third one. So this setup is actually very nice. So we just have to wait for a candle confirmation to form, then we buy. So yeah. So with that being said, if you are watching this video from YouTube, you can click my profile, check out my YouTube account, like, comment, and share my videos, and I'm sure we'll do great. And if you are also watching it from TikTok, you should check out my bio. I have it, a link that will take you to my YouTube account. And if you go to YouTube, you can also check out my bio. I have a link there that will take you to my. And if you want to join my free signal group, which I think you should join, you can click on the link on my bio and it will take you to Telegram for you to get access to my free signal group where I drop signals daily for my community members to also make an ends meet. And I know they are beginners in my community, so I make my analysis as simple as I can and the signals to as clear as I think it should be. So yeah, this is all about SZDCHF, and we've done three analysis: GBPUSD, EURJPY, and NZDCHF and NZDCHF. So you can just scroll back, watch the video again and again and again and again, and don't forget to check out my free signal group, and also follow me. You can follow me, like, comment, and share my videos, and we all gonna do great. So with that being said, I'll probably end record the analysis here, and tomorrow too we go again. Thank you all for your time, and I'm out.